comments or questions? Does everyone feel comfortable with the social media strategy? I see that Sophia May has started blogging. I really encourage you with the blogging to put the good, the bad, the whatever, because if you're struggling with something, I know we've been struggling with the Bombardier, trying to get that, the commitment, it's important to put that in the blog, because this is part of the whole process of new business development, getting the commitment from top management, and that's a tricky thing to do. So, the people who will come after you need to know that's a predictable, difficult moment in the new business development process, is getting a commitment from top management to be open to that. So, and of course the cross-border issues and the cultural issues. So I really do encourage you to blog on everything that's going on, your anxieties, your aspirations, your whatever. Blogging's an informal thing, and it's not, it's really getting the real day-to-day truth out there of what we're doing in this program. So with that, are we good?
Okay, Dr. Kelly?
Yes?
So I think one of the things Yvonne just wanted to mention, and I just so anyone hearing this knows, Yvonne has some problems with her microphone, and that's why I'm kind of doing I'm like her proxy. So one of one of the questions that she's raised is when it comes to the Mexico trip, what will our focus be in terms of our projects? So in Canada, for instance, we've got some time there to develop our presentations, and then in San Diego we'll be doing some workshops in terms of developing our work. So hopefully I've got this question right. What will we be doing on our projects in Mexico?
Well, I think for maybe more for other people than for Yvonne, the Mexico visit is really a chance for us to get a greater familiarity with the context of the country, how business is done in Mexico, what are the channels, to start creating some networks in Mexico that will allow us to further these projects. So in that sense, perhaps it's more valuable for the non-Mexicans. But at the same time, for Yvonne, it will be a chance to see, foreigners coming into a Mexican context and doing business in a Mexican context, because we really are pursuing a business agenda. And that will give her a new understanding of her own culture and how things work in Mexico, and what are the challenges for, foreigners coming in trying to do business in Mexico, and give her an understanding that would allow her to be a, very effective cross-border oriented executive, for example, in a company. So that would be my initial. So we're really, in Mexico, we're creating a network. We're plugging into a network of business people, government, the utilities, etc. That would be a fine network to pursue business opportunities in Mexico. And we're also trying to understand, what it's like in Mexico. What's it like to do business? What's it like for foreigners to come in and try to work within the system? And, we've already encountered it's different, so that would be my answer on that.
Okay, and I have one question as well, which is when it comes to the roles and responsibilities that you were mentioning in terms
Yes.
of new business development. Obviously, with my team, which is a little short, would it be okay to assume that we're putting more of a framework in, so that I spell out what these roles and responsibilities are and how they work in terms of a project, but obviously I would be doing the majority of them.
Well, what I would like to propose as a model is more of a shared responsibility model. So, for example, I would like to see some cross-team collaboration.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is, if you designate someone to be, if one of the other teams designates someone to be marketing, because we're such a small group, okay, if we had the fully loaded, 4 per team. We could have someone in marketing that would be for, just one team. But we may need to look at a model where we have a marketing specialist who cuts across maybe 2 teams and gives marketing information and insight to 2 projects. You see what I mean? Or finance.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think we should be flexible. And we also have the Bright Green MBA students who will be acting as consultants in the week in San Diego. So they, we would want to give them a role as well in terms of, assignments. So I would like to, I guess what I'm proposing is a bit of a matrix structure.
Okay.
So you would have a responsibility to your team. And if you, for example, are the only one working on a project, then obviously you should not be farmed out to the other teams, but the other way would probably work. The other teams would have maybe a member who would be willing to give some marketing expertise to your project.
Okay.
So I'm suggesting a kind of a matrix structure where your primary responsibility is to your team, but you're also willing to do some cross team support, and we can also use the Bright Green MBA students in that capacity. Although I think their contribution will be more the week that we're in San Diego, where they'll meet with the teams, and but we can define some of their input before that San Diego week. Does that make sense?
Yeah, great, thank you.
Any other comments or questions?
There was a comment from Yvonne again, and it's about payment for the courses. So not sure whether that should be directed towards her institution in Querétaro, or if that's something that you can answer. Payment. Yeah.
Can we maybe just, I can answer that, but can we do it off the, we can stay on Skype, but maybe finish the recording and then we'll go into that. It's kind of more of a detail for Yvonne than.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But we can do that right now.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll finish the recording, and then we can carry on talking for a couple of minutes. Okay.